Hey everybody, welcome to Snow Talk. This is Wave 3 News meteorologist Brian Good. Going to use the old format tonight because I really want to show some graphics full screen, and I'll explain why in a second. Just going to do the stats real quick. We are now, for the first time this season, the snow season, below normal in snowfall, but only by 1/10 of an inch of snow. The yearly to date average has just passed us today. But we saw that coming. All right, busy night tonight, so I'm sorry this is getting out so late. So it's going to be a real quick post tonight as we have a lot to get ready for the 11 o'clock show. But did want to mention the trends here overall are still the same. Still expecting some rainfall Sunday night into Monday. The lower level atmosphere temperature right at the ground level is absolutely key on how this is going to play out. And right now, all the data says we will warm enough to be all rain over a good chunk of our area at some point. Maybe some brief freezing rain here in Louisville, but otherwise freezing rain would be Indiana, rain elsewhere. Having said that, my concern remains on the idea that the models are off on the erosion of this low-level cold too quickly. And if that's the case, it's a whole different ballgame for Sunday night into Monday. And with the potential for at least a quarter of an inch, maybe a half inch of liquid in some cases, that is significant. You don't want to be off on this between freezing rain or rain. So we want to make sure that we let you know right now there is no alarming data that is out there to say this is going to be a major event. And we're going to have a lot of problems Sunday night and Monday. But there is enough data there to suggest that it needs to be watched carefully for last-minute changes that could develop as we head into Sunday night and Monday. So as we head into the weekend, enjoy your weekend. Just know that we're watching it, and we're going to keep you updated on the video blogs and social media, and of course in our newscast all the way up through the event. Let's hope it's just plain rain. I hate freezing rain personally, so hopefully it's just all plain rain and we get through it just fine. And we may very well. But our job is to make sure you're aware of the potential that we are seeing in the data and the things we're looking at that could go one way or the other, and play it out carefully. All right? Keep in mind, models are just models. They give you suggestions of how things are going to play out. As scientists, we look at this and say, okay, that's true, but we have witnessed many times that Arctic air is stubborn to get rid of completely, and we have to keep that in the back of our mind. So having said all of that, let me get you through the cold weather for tonight first, and then I'm going to dive right into Sunday. Here we go. First off, temperatures now. Look at that, single digits already. 9 in Salem, 8 in Tell City, 14 here in Louisville. New data coming in. The winds have really relaxed, so still giving enough of a wind chill like 5 below in Seymour, but the wind chills aren't the brutal part. It's the actual numbers tonight will be probably the most intense, and they are forecast to drop down now as low as about 4 in the city. I'll make a final call on what I'm going to go with right at news time at 11. Look at Seymour, forecast 11 and below. That may be too extreme, but you can see the data is trending colder compared to what it was earlier because the winds, when you have gusty winds, it keeps the temperature up. It reduces the wind chill, but it keeps the actual number up. But when you relax the wind, yes, you reduce the intensity of the wind chill, but you allow the actual temperature to drop even further. So that's kind of the balancing act that's happening tonight. We were expecting this. It's not a huge shock, but just a fine-tune of the numbers here, and then we'll warm up into the 20s later in the day. Okay, here's what we're watching, the moisture to the south. As I mentioned before, the setup always is the moisture flow coming in over cold Arctic air. What is going to be interesting, and you'll see this on the models, as we head into Sunday night and Monday, there is going to be a push of Arctic air in this area that's going to push southward. The counterbalance to that is going to be the warm flow ahead of it, southwest flow. That's really going to warm things up over our heads. So it's a good amount of warm air, don't get me wrong, and that could be enough to allow this to all go to pure rain at that time. And the NAM continues to suggest that idea. As a side note, the reason why, too, we're seeing this cold air push come in a little stronger means that we will likely see this go to rain, then sleet, then snow before ending Monday night into Tuesday. And if this Arctic air push appears too strong, the one system that comes through Wednesday into Thursday would likely get suppressed to our south and miss us altogether. So that's why we've reduced the snow chances for that event. Eventually gets wound up the Carolina coast and then goes up the coastline. Fully expect that to happen. But as far as its effects directly on us, if this cold air push that is trying to move in here Sunday and Monday, if it's too strong, it will force the next system to go away to our south. So that's the reason why we're balancing act here with the cold air pushes north to south across the Ohio Valley. All All right, what I'm going to show you here is the NAM extreme resolution type model we have, courtesy of our friends over at Weatherbell. You see the freezing line, 32-degree line. It's that blue line. And here's Louisville right here. Here's Jefferson County. This is at 7 o'clock in the evening Sunday. It is showing, now we may have sleep, by the way, in the afternoon, but I'm talking about the main push here, which will be Sunday night. 7 in the evening, it's showing freezing rain north of Clark County and a good chunk of our northwest section. Freezing line, though, again, hovering right across north central Kentucky. By 10 o'clock Sunday night, this high resolution model is taking the freezing line further to the north, pushes the freezing rain mainly across Indiana. Maybe spotty instances here in very far southern Indiana, but for the most part, nothing going on to the south. And then it's been to 1 o'clock in the morning. The model takes the freezing line all the way up north of Seymour to Cincinnati. This would all be rain because the temperature in Louisville at this time at 1 o'clock in the morning Monday is 33 degrees. Man, that's close, isn't it? 33. But that's all it takes to go all rain. And then at 4 a.m., freezing line closer to Indianapolis. Temperature in Louisville at 4 a.m. Monday morning, 33 degrees, which would mean all rain. So you can see the concern. If it's not 33 and it's instead 31, then all that pink you see way up in Indianapolis, down here. All right, so there you go. No need to panic and get all freaked out or anything. There's just a lot of talk about it today because I think a lot of meteorologists especially are trying to make sure everybody is aware of this setup before you get into the weekend. That way, when you sit down Sunday night and you're watching the Golden Globes, you are fully aware that something could be moving in and you want to make sure you're prepared for it, just in case. Let's hope for the best, guys, and I'll try to do better on more details in the blog next time. All right, I'll see you in 30 minutes at 11 o'clock.